You started off on Instagram, making comedy sketches, and now you're about to set off on a big national tour in arenas.
Yes, my first arena tour, man.
How does that feel?
I'm actually very excited, man. We've transitioned through a lot of different stages of my career so far, and like being able to say that this is my first arena tour is still mind-blowing. But yeah, no, it's definitely amazing, and we're working on so much, man. We got TV shows now, we have a movie on the way. Yeah, there's so much in store. So,
was it always your goal to be a comedian? Was that what you grew up wanting to be?
Yeah, I think I just didn't know. When I was younger, I used to just want to be funny in school.
Yeah.
But I got in trouble for it. So I was kind of confused early on because I didn't really know, am I supposed to be doing this? You know what I mean? Because everybody was painted to be like a bad thing in school. So, yeah, it is amazing how it actually transpired throughout life. I had to figure out what my purpose was, but yeah, nah.
I am curious about just the economics of your business. I mean, we talk about the big Coulda Fest tour, but you have all these other shows, the dating show, the Coulda House show, and I know I'm forgetting a few others out there as well. But you're producing all these yourself, right?
Yes, yes.
Through your own company. So effectively, this is your business.
Yes.
You control it.
Yes.
How did that happen?
1,000%. Yeah, 100% ownership. That's what we promote.
Yeah.
100%. But there's a reason for it though. Like I know I make the joke all the time, even with Coulda Been Records, that I do enjoy doing it, but I mainly do it for the fans, knowing that I can do it myself, and now that I have money from brand deals and people that I work with in order to do it, it's like I don't need another company to come in, which is cool. I do enjoy that, but I think building my own IP in this area is probably the most strongest thing that I enjoy developing.
In the process, from when you started to where you are now, were you ever tempted to maybe sign or take a job with a bigger company?
Well, there's some deals out there I'm still tempted with. But I'm not saying, it's not out the picture, but the main thing I did start doing my own shows and giving it for free on YouTube was because I wanted to build something bigger by myself first. And then, as things happen, we have a lot of stuff coming up that will be with other companies as well. But yeah, no, I think I just wanted to build out my IP, and I looked up to, the Adam Sandler story of how he built up Happy Madison and just all his movies and his production company. So I wanted to do the same for mine.
When you look at the opportunities out there for the next Drewski, whoever that may be coming up, do you think that path that you took will still be there?
Yes. With social media, it's moving so fast, and I think so many people are starting to find out that they can do it themselves, which is why I pride myself on what we have done. I hope others will follow that same process and know that if you are getting money from these companies, don't just think that you have to go buy a car or go buy a big house or go just splurge your money. A smart thing you can do is try to build your own IP and try to build your own business around you. So what I would do, let's say Nike, we work with Nike. So if Nike gives me $1 million check, I don't go and put that in my pocket or try to go get a bunch of cool stuff. I'll go and try to spend that money on one of the episodes from my TV shows. And where it may sound crazy, but that money never goes just straight into the pocket. I try to always reinvest.
Reinvest it. And you mentioned Nike. I mean, you've had a lot of brand partnerships, Beats by Dre, Nike, Raising Cane's, Mountain Dew, Google Pixel. I'm probably forgetting a few others.
Monster and Prize Picks is one of the good ones.
Wow, and so they all came knocking on your door. Why? Because you're so popular? Because you're always out there?
No, it's not just, I don't think it's always about popularity. I think they may feel like I have that pull on this next generation. Not to brag, I'm not a big bragger. I'm just saying, I do think I also bring a good entertainment level to the brand deals that I have, being that we could do commercials on TV or commercials for social media, and my fans, they adapt to it. They really do go and buy the stuff whenever we drop anything. So I think that has probably worked out the best for me.
There is some, I mean, looking at some of the clips that have been put out with some of these brands, I mean, there is a level of authenticity. I mean, I hate that word, that I see in what you do compared to other influencers. And I wonder, are you picking sort of brands or products that you maybe use or you have a love for, or are you kind of agnostic altogether?
Yeah, we're very picky about who we work with as well. Majority of my company, For Lifers Entertainment, we try to make sure that we have a say-so in any of the stuff that we're putting out or any of the commercial stuff. Like, we want to make sure that this is just as funny as the content that I'm putting out by myself. So, yeah, that's definitely marked in the contract before we sign anything with any company, is to make sure that we have say-so on any creative.
I do have to ask you about just the idea of protecting your reputation.
Yeah.
And in the context, obviously, for a Nike or Raising Cane's or whoever,
yes.
these big brands are taking a risk, right?
Yes.
I mean, normally
yes.
they like to play it safe. They want to make sure that the people they're aligned with
yep.
aren't going to say, you're funny, but
yes.
you've had a few jokes, a few sketches that didn't quite land the right way. You got some pushback. So how do you navigate that? I mean, because you're trying to sort of, not be controversial, but be provocative.
Well, I think I think a lot of stuff, and I preach about this, like, relationships are key. And, with comedy, they have to understand that comedy is comedy, and sometimes you do have to walk that line of what's funny and what's too far. So I think with having a good relationship with some of these brand partners or some of some of the higher ups in that company, they understand, like, okay, this is fine, and we trust him in this because we know this is how we found him. Mm-hmm. So being able to have these conversations with some of the higher ups of these companies, it's like, okay, they do have a certain sense of trust that, okay, this is Drewski, and this is why we love him. Mm-hmm. So we can't cut ties because maybe we see a skit was too far, or maybe this joke was too far left. So it's worked good just off of just having good relationships with majority of the people that we work with.
I mean, how do you see social media comedy, Instagram comedy evolving?
It's headed in a great direction. I think social media now, with just the streaming stuff and the Twitch world and us getting into that. So now I'm starting to develop even pivoting my content into the streaming world and how that works. So yeah, it's definitely headed in a good direction though, for sure.